course, when I try to film, there's a giant forklift coming in. What's up, everybody, and welcome. Right now we're actually headed out of Clearwater down to St. Pete to Loggerhead Marina. We're going to look at one of Pursuit's brand new S378s. So let me get there. We got to get the boat down onto a rack for us to work, and I'll just cut right to that all already being done. So I'll see you there. There she is, just peeking around the corner. If you want to see this 378 in action, episode 37 actually has me running this boat. So let's jump on and see what we got to do. Well, welcome aboard. There's only a couple items to do on this boat, so let's just do them one at a time and let's jump right into it. The first item here on our list is actually just this console latch. It won't latch all the way. That's just because it's just a little too tight here. So I'm actually going to put a little washer underneath this side so that it'll latch correctly. It's just rubbing just barely right here. It just won't catch right. So we'll throw a little washer in there and this thing should last perfectly. All right, I took her apart, lined it up, got it adjusted right, and she's working perfect. So now both sides are holding the dash correctly. Let's move on to the next item. All right, the second item on our list here is these rod holders on the side. Have these levers here. You just slide them up and down so you can put your rod holders in here, and you can lock them into place so they don't fly out when you're running. Well, this one back here, all the other ones work, but this one, if you look up right here, it hits. So the screw just got put in just a little bit too tight here, so I'm actually just going to file that down some so it'll slide right by it. All right, so the next thing, actually the last thing here, is a reverso flush system here. The customer says it's not working. If you push this button, it will actually go for 15 minutes per motor. You push it twice at 7 minutes, and then the third time it's stopped. So let me show you the system works. It actually will trick you if you don't do it in the right order. So on the very back of the boat here, we have the flush system. This actually just screws in here. You put your hose on here, and then you push the button to activate it. If you don't turn your hose on when you put this in, the system won't activate. It has to see water pressure for it to start the system, so it'll go through the motors for you. So you could push this button here, but I'm going to go downstairs and show you the actual pump and what it does. All right, so down here is our reverso pump itself on the port side of the hull here. This pump actually has a remote right there. That's that button that's upstairs that I just showed you. So now we have water pressure, our thing's plugged in, everything is in the right order. Now if you push this button once or twice, it'll do the activation of the system. So let's push it twice for 7.5 minutes. So now she's clicked on, you see the light blinking, it's activated. All right, so the system's activated. We've got our port motor pumping water. We'll time lapse it here and let it go to the next motor. All right, it's been 7.5 minutes. This one is switched over. It's just leaking out the rest of the water out of it. Now we're on our center motor here. Now this one's actually getting flushed. So it's working correctly. All right, we got our items checked off on this boat. I'm gonna go tell them to put it back in the barn here, and we gotta head up north to look at one more boat on our way back to the shop. Well, all right, we're rolling down Gulf Boulevard. We're almost to our next job here. It's actually our last job for today. It's a 236 Grady white, and the trim tabs are not working. So let me get in there, and we'll get her opened up and see what we got. Here she is. It's a nice boat. She's little, but she's perfect. You look across here. It's a Regal. It's one of ours. If you look down here, we can see it that little guy right there. That's actually a 365 Pursuit. All right, so there's only one complaint here. This boat actually was on episode 17. I replaced the bad bilge pump in this one. But the complaint here is just the trim tab's not working. So let's check out and see why it's doing it. We've got our system lit up here. So our controls are working. You can push them when our lights don't move or do anything here. The system's on. You can hear it click, but nothing moves. So inside our console here is our control box right here. That's the actual back of the switch. It goes to this control box here. We have power to it. And down here, here's our, right there, that plug right there goes back to the pump in the back. Now watch when I push the button, we'll get 12 volts. So here's our pump down here. So we got 12 volts to it, but nothing's happening, nothing activates, doesn't spin, doesn't do anything. So we need a new one. That being said, I don't have a pump with me, unfortunately. Plus it's 4:30 almost, so I'm gonna pack this up call it a day here. If you like what you see, push all those buttons, and I'll see you next time. Later.